Hi everybody and welcome back to the Willy Say Willy channel once again. Now this video is a part 2 of my coverage of the Weird Birds Twitter ARG, and I'm going to be starting from the beginning of part 3 in this video, so I highly recommend you go back and watch the first video so you're all caught up to speed, because if you don't, you'll be completely lost. I just don't want you guys to miss out on the full experience of Arcasuchus' series up to this point. Go follow them on Twitter, by the way, because you know, it's not about the destination. It's about the journey. By the way, I did a poll recently that a couple hundred of you participated in on what voice I should give to Gene, because where we last left off, I gave him kind of a young Sheldon nerdy sounding voice, and that option won the poll. However, I received some heavy backlash as many people who are fans of Weird Birds didn't think that really fit the character of Gene very well. So how about this? I'm gonna compromise with you guys. Instead of making him a young Sheldon sounding nerd or a big burly outdoorsy man as his illustration would suggest, I'm gonna meet you in the middle. I'm gonna make him sound like a dorkier version of old time hockey, a real Upper Peninsula Youper type, you know what I mean? That was just the best way I thought to go about it, as I don't want to upset too many people with this, okay? I want everyone to have a good time, alright? There's also another character that gets introduced later on, but I'm just gonna give them whatever voice I decide in the moment. So, without further ado, let's get into Weird Birds Part 3. You folks won't believe this. I'm boondocking in my van alone in Yellowstone, and I just saw 2 thylacines. It's crazy foggy right now, so the pics are cruddy, but good lord, this is the discovery of a lifetime. I captured this near the Norris Geyser Basin off Grand Loop Road. I don't got a single idea for why 2 of these presumed extinct animals are wandering Wyoming, but it's the last thing I expected to see. This fellow was limping around from a gnarly shoulder injury, and the others seemed to be fine. They weren't mean or nothing, just curious. Come to think of it, revealing the location might have been bad for their health. They're extremely sought after, and I gotta figure out how to catch them safely. Oh, my name is Gene, by the way. I love nature and am an avid outdoorsman. I'll continue to update this thread, don't worry. I think for now it's time to hit the A. I probably won't sleep too good though after seeing 2 Tasmanian tigers. Gosh, I wish I could stay out here and not have to go back to New York. I like to quit my banking job. It's been tough handling stress, but I'm living now. All you 9/11 truthers are going to have a field day with this one, because when I first read this, I just totally glossed over the fact that the Twin Towers in this timeline, like in universe, is like still there. Like that's insane to me. 9/11. Okay, it's been a full day of numerous odd events. So first of all, one of the tigers was killed by something that I've literally never seen before in my life. It looks like a cross between a dinosaur bird, and it killed and ate the limping thylacine. I don't know where the other one is. This has me heartbroken and confused, which led me to try and connect with the local rangers, but I didn't get anything. Also, the thylacine was making some terrible noises while the dinosaur was tearing it apart. Absolutely horrific stuff. I'm very worried for the other thylacine. Furthermore, something deeper in the woods ate what appeared to me as a wolf. This thing was even stranger still, and to me, something supernatural is occurring. There's just no other explanation. I'm getting to the bottom of this if it costs me my life. In the car right now, and I heard some unique yips outside. Turns out the remaining thylacine is alive and staying near my car for some reason. And any time I make a sudden sound like opening my door, she bolts. I was able to capture her on camera. She's a stunner, isn't she? I pray she's gonna be alright out there, and... Hold on now. Someone or something just pounced on my car. It's trying to tear my car to shreds. Shit, this is bad. Whatever it is, it clearly knows I'm in here. It just confirmed that it's not a person. I think I'll be okay, crew. It's not making any progress. I need to see what it looks like, though. I'll try and stamp its mug. Just gotta pull back the sunroof blind. Jesus, Joseph, and Mary! Look at this bitch! It's a huge bastard. Mean, too. I'm certain that this is the same animal that took down one of the tigers earlier. Unfortunately for it, my car's tough as nails. We ain't going nowhere. Now it's giving me shifty eyes and rubbing something metal against my car? I'm gonna get to the front and drive the hell out of here. The car's stuck, and that front wheels aren't moving at all. That dinosaur isn't as dumb as you all have told me. It's used tools like a goddamn crow, and jammed the wheels with something. My windows are bulletproof, though, so everything should be okay. He's still hitting my car, though. Okay, this dude is like way too chill about a damn like dinosaur like trying to get into his car. I'd be freaking out right now, man. Like, I get it for the story. He's making tweets as all this is going on for the sake of the plot progressing, but it's just funny. I was like, yes, I have a dinosaur in my car now, and then there, bud. He's using a tool now. He's trying to get in there. He's doing it. He's in here, and I'm dead. Like, I don't know, it's just funny to me. Like, he's dead. He was to the left of my car until something subtly just slammed into my car. I could hear bones snapping through skin outside my door, then a body being dragged away, as well as many footprints going away. Something else is out there, and it's a duo. Listen to him. Roll down the window just a hair for a better view, and I sure got one. It's a pair of bear-sized canines, and they're eating that dinosaur. I've seen it all now. Window back up. They don't give a rat's ass about me, thankfully. Time to just thank God and lay low. This morning, I figured out what that animal stuck between my wheels. Sort of a bad news, good news kind of thing. Gene's got a crowbar now. Lean Mean Gene, the whacking machine. Okay, I know I'm not doing the young Sheldon voice anymore, but that line is still God levels of cornball. Okay, that's... Imagine like in a post-apocalypse, you see like a Canadian dude running around with like, well, I'm gonna whack you with a crowbar now, bud. They're like, okay, let's just keep going. Also took some moments throughout the day to appreciate the landscapes and animals around here. Not a bunch of weird stuff happening during the day. As soon as the sun started to go down, things got a bit fucky. My mind was completely blown when I saw this flying around high above me. He was massive. I generally don't have the word to describe this. This is nuts. There are literal dragons and dinosaurs and thylacines here. He was making lots of noise too. If I hear him again, I'll show you. Crew, we're experiencing the supernatural together. Hey, wait a darn minute. I didn't even notice that there's other people here. Oh Lord, they might be in danger. Well, nothing I can do about that now. Hopefully they make it out of this madness. Are they even aware? I woke up to the same call that the dragon hawk thing from earlier was making. It's pants-shittingly scary, but also beautiful at the same time. Man, is it loud. Also, the stars tonight are impeccable. Maybe I can capture it in the sky through the roof. It's definitely up there. ... There he is. Dark pig, but he's circling right up there in the pig. He's since moved on, but I can still hear him clear as day. Scanning my surroundings with my binoculars, and there's some really strange structure in the middle of the woods made out of glass, and it's emanating some crazy light. I don't know why, but my camera only picks the light up as green, but it's multicolor. It's not easily described. Another image taken through my binoculars. This time it's appearing as red on camera. There's slight hints of purple as well. Hang on. Are these the supernatural wormholes that are bringing these animals into Yellowstone? What's this structure anyway? There's people in there. I've stayed in my vehicle and didn't turn on the lights or anything. I have, however, yet again moved to another location. Weirdly, I didn't see that glass dome structure thing. Disappearing buildings isn't the most odd thing I've seen. Also, that dragon hawk thing moved away. Gene here. I'm fine, but it's still night. I'm so on edge, just a twig snapping is enough to get my heart going. First thing tomorrow, I'm going to try and hightail it out of here. A bit of a random nugget to mention, but my name is pronounced Gene, like the pants. It's not the correct way to say my name, but it's been this way for years. So Lean Mean Gene does rhyme. I don't know why I even mentioned it. That's it. Gene is just Ned Flanders. Okay? Gene is literally just Ned Flanders at this point. I know I made him, like, I put the Youper Canadian accent on him, but, like, he's basically just Ned Flanders in my head at this point. Like, he's a dork. He's a dork. I should try sleeping now. My van should protect me from those whatever they are. I'll keep you updated. Start of a new day. Heading out to grab some mushrooms and nuts. Unfortunately, I ate through all my chow. It shouldn't be too bad. Worst comes to worst, I'll just catch some animals. I'm finding a lot to snack on, but I can't shake that feeling deep inside that there's eyes on me. It's peaceful for now, but my senses are tingling. I have no real idea how any of these animals behave. If you're out here, be careful. We're all dealing with something very special. This new life, although it is a bit disturbing, it's just, wow, such a breath of fresh air, in a weird way. So many species seemingly back from the dead, like these, what appear to be extinct pink-headed ducks from India. Yeah, stinking rad, am I right? It's the ultimate second chance. About that, they were at a small river filling up some water to boil later. Oh, and about being watched, yeah, my suspicions were right. Look who it is again. She doesn't seem to be afraid, which is odd, considering we slaughtered all of their kind. At least I think we did. She's following me, somewhat closely, like a lost dog. There's been some interesting lights around. I assume these are wormholes, as bananas as that sounds. It's the only way to explain the insane shit I've been seeing recently. Haven't gotten any closer to figuring it out. There's still people flying around? Did they not catch the memo? There's a giant in the skies. I debated shouting at them, but that'd be useless, and might draw the attention of that flying animal. Oh shit! He's in the air tailing that Cessna. I think the plane is gonna get away. It's gonna be flying pretty fast, although the dragon bird is flying much higher in the Cessna. I don't know what it's planning. Oh wait, no way. He's dive bombing the Cessna. He's gotta be reaching some pretty insane diving speed to actually be keeping up somewhat with that plane. It's like I'm looking at a falcon pursuing another bird. They're getting pretty far now. It's getting harder to see them. They're gone. Been gone for almost half an hour. I think it's safe to continue foraging. I wonder how the person flying that plane... wait. There's roaring noises in the patch of the forest I was just at. It's coming from something lower to the ground, but it sounds like a huge panther. but it's gotta be so short. I'm totally confused and a bit nervous. I'll record the noise. It sounds so fierce, but I've determined that it's coming from one of the small bushes in this area. I'm a bit less afraid. Well, I found our little loudmouth. They're just a little over a foot long. This odd lizard is one with a big voice. I suspect the long skull is for resonating its noises. I don't know why they're roaring, but it's pretty hilarious how intense it sounds. I'm bleeding right now. Some blackbird swooped down and stabbed the back of my neck. Trying to get a photo of this tricky bastard. Well, here it is. It's been repeatedly flying on my face. Not a nest in sight. I don't know what their issue is. Fucking annoying. Mikey's back. Mikey's back. Okay, I gotta contain myself. Okay, I can't get my hopes too high now. We all know what happened last time, so let's just keep going. That being said, they're really quite pretty. I did have to shove it to the ground. It's since stopped harassing me. Lol. I told you, don't mess with Gene. Well, it attacked me again, and I pushed it again. And I must have pushed it a bit too hard since it can't fly too well anymore, and it's making shrill cries. I feel pretty bad about pushing it, but you people say that there's more of these though, so at least this isn't an ending. Jesus! That tiger just shot out from nowhere and had a little chase with a bird. Unfortunately, she killed it. She's not eating it though, and what in the world is this all about? No! Why? Not again! I just saw him again! He just came back! He just came back, man. Oh my god. You showed me the gates of heaven and then slammed them right back in my face immediately after. Archie, this is what I have to give to you. For killing Mikey again so quickly, that's what I have to give you. Okay? I'm kidding. Oh my god. It's too harsh, but I was a little upset. Okay? I'm a little... yeah. In the name of the Snoopy, the Woodstock, and the Joe Cool, let's keep it going. She's just sort of dragging it around and trashing it. Wait, did she kill it to protect me? No, surely not. No wild animal would do that, and this isn't no Disney movie. She's left the body behind and it's back to being my stalker. I don't understand her angle. Why would she do that? Yes, I'm taking the body. I'll try to cook the good parts later. I don't want them to go to waste. Who's this Mikey y'all yap about? Don't even get me started. Back at the river now. Check this out. A small baby bird creature. It doesn't show any fear towards me. It's just about the cutest damn thing that ever was. Okay, I'll leave it alone now. A larger pterodactyl just appeared. I think this is Mom or Dad. By the way, it's just astonishing to see such wonders in the flesh. Makes me realize they're normal animals, no different than the critters of modern day. I'm glad Archie brought this up because I got a lot of flack. I got clowned on a lot for saying pterodactyls are my favorite dinosaurs in the first video, but I don't care. No, they're still my favorite dinosaur. I don't care they're not dinosaurs. I don't care. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do about it? Nothing. That's what. The small one flew into a tree and the larger one is waiting at the water. He's got his eye on me for sure. With teeth like that, I best abide by his wishes. He looks like some sort of fish eater. Good place to be one. There's a lot of fish here. I'm never ever going back to New York. This changes damn near everything for me. Oh, wow. Fellas, take a gander at this one. Right here. Looks like they got little big lures on them. Who would have guessed? Ha! Look at this. Try to get a closer look at the blue bits and he took off. Absolutely out of this world. Oh, what are these? They're about as big as dogs. They don't seem aware I even exist, but man, they're beautiful. They have the pattern of a painted dog and the wings of a hawk. They approach a bit too close for comfort, so I yelled at them and they backed away. I'm pretty sure they're after the ducks I saw earlier. Hopefully the thylacine doesn't try anything stupid on these fellers. They're much larger than the black bird. Still not as big as the brown one though. Oh my god, the Cessna's back. With the flying dinosaur. They're still at it. He's relentless. I don't think he'll get the plane though. He's getting pretty close to it though. He got him. The plane crashed somewhere to the west. I'm gonna find the wreckage and see if anyone survived. Wish me luck.
We interrupt this program to bring you...
Hold it right there! What the hell are you wearing? It's so bland and boring! Wouldn't you like your fit to represent some of your favorite cult classics and underappreciated media? Then you should check out Cult of Cult! Cult of Cult has all sorts of merchandise to satisfy your niche, with my personal favorite being their horror lineup. Check out this Hellraiser one. Ooh, sweet suffering. Or this Evil Dead 2 shirt. Ha, groovy. But if horror's not your thing, they got all sorts of stuff like sci-fi or even country music with my favorite rambling man, Waylon Jennings. Yeah! And that's not even mentioning all their hats and their posters and their bumper stickers. Whoo doggy. So if any of this stuff catches your eye, be sure to go to cultofcult.com and use code saintwilly at checkout for 10% off your first order. That's code saintwilly at checkout, 10% off your first order. 10%, they give that stuff to veterans, and I'm just giving it to you for free. Come on now. Come on now. Thank you to Cult of Cult for sponsoring whatever it is I happen to be talking about today. So, without further ado, back to the video. I'm still alive. I'm having a difficult time finding the wreck. I feel a bit stupid for using so much energy and gas. It's getting sort of late, too. I'll have to sleep at some point, and the dragon is still around. I think it's trying to eliminate any and all perceived competition. It's landing somewhere close. I best be heading in the van. I've been thinking, throughout my life at home, is this what I wanted? It's certainly what my life was supposed to be according to my peers, while it's upholding the values and norms the same way as them. Truth is, I never wanted any of it. I just took the path of least resistance. So yes, I was being serious. I don't want to leave. I've never felt my heart beating like I did today. So go ahead and mock me for being an idiot. At least I'm living unlike the rest of you. You all exist in reality TV. I exist in reality. Sorry for the harsh tone. I just don't feel the need to worry about judgment no more. He's out there now, shrieking. God, just the sound is enough to send my heart into my throat, let alone the visuals. I hope that Cessna pilot is alive. I didn't see any smoke, so I suspect they made a crash landing into the water. First thing tomorrow, I'm switching to rescue mode. Good morning. I'm headed west again. It's bright, so it should be a lot safer out. I'll update you folks if anything interesting happens on my trek. Alright, well, right off the bat, we got something odd to look at. Check this out. It's some kind of black ball lightning. It's not moving or anything. Okay, now what the actual hell is this? Is that a guy? He appears to be walking around in the air. He's slow as molasses, though. But something tells me he's gonna fly off the handle and do something terrible. I got out of his sight right away, and I'm keeping as quiet as I can. Well, he walked down the air, and it's as if the guy was walking down an invisible hill or something. He's meandering somewhere over here, but I can't tell where on earth he went. I got startled for a moment since I heard some grass shake. It's nothing to get hysterical about, though. Just that thylacine again. She appears to be on high alert as well. Maybe she also saw that weirdo. He's far away, but I can see him, and I suspect he can see me. Weirdly, when he walks through the grass, the foliage just passes through him, like as if he wasn't even there at all. Looks like he's wearing armor and a helmet. It's sort of shaped like a banana, crowbars in hand. Well, quite a few things happen. Good news, the pilot actually managed to live. He's a bit shaken up, but overall he's in good spirits. His name is Kyle, by the way. As for that black armored guy, he, honest to God, fell through the earth and vanished from my view. Okay, for Kyle, I'm giving him a kind of a Deku sounding voice, because from based off the illustration, he's kind of a young guy, and then like Gene is like a much older, rugged looking, Firewatch looking guy. So I wanted to give Kyle like a real young, green, sounding voice where he's like, very nervous and like inexperienced. So that's what you're getting for Kyle. Here we go. Kyle here. I'm not a bad pilot, I swear. That monster just jumped me out of nowhere. But I was able to land in water. Gene has already discussed how he doesn't want to go home for some reason, but I do. He's agreed to take me back to civilization, but first we need to find food. Oh, hey there, Gene again. I just told Kyle that I've already hauled in a lot of snacks from the great outdoors for us to eat, including that nutty bird from earlier that attacked me. I've pretty much caught up with Kyle on everything, including the thylacine, and the weird black armored guy. Kyle had a phone, but crashing into water, well, you do the math. He did, however, have a gun on hand, and that beats the crowbar any day. He's a rookie with it, though, so I'll take charge in that department. Oddly, the kid's got hollow point bullets, but those may prove to be helpful. Should I ever die, Kyle's a 5'11", 19-year-old with brown hair, pasty white skin, and blue eyes. If you see him alone in Yellowstone, you should pick him up because it means I died. He's told me about how he and his partner are on a trip here, and all about how they're students and other stuff. I sort of stopped listening since, well, I'm a bit worried. Me driving all the way here might make that Tasmanian tiger lose her way. On my way here, I did in fact stumble across a few more little animals like this. Strange turtle that resembles the Fly River turtle. It definitely isn't one though, for many reasons. Pretty, isn't it? Another oddity was this. A Tillandsia out here in the middle of Yellowstone. Doesn't make one lick of sense, but considering everything I've seen, this feels like nothing but an average Tuesday promenade. A couple other things I didn't recognize were these two buttes. Some species of bird I couldn't ID with gorgeous tail and wing feathers, and a small viper of some kind with a stubby body and loose-looking skin. Stinking rad. It's getting unusually cold out right now. No clue as to why on Earth, that is considering it's summertime. New day has started. We have pretty much chewed and drank through everything I had, given the extra mouth to feed. Not an issue though. That place over where I was previously had some good stuff for foragers. Also, it turns out it's not just us foraging today. She follows still. She appears to have caught some sort of mink or marten, a mustelid. Anyways, apart from her, not much has changed. Haven't seen that black dude or the weird bird dragon either. Hang on, Kyle just hollered to me that he wants to take a look at something. All kinds of odd. Well, it's definitely something odd, alright. It's a dinosaur head, the same species from earlier. I've seen birds of prey decapitate each other, so I'm willing to wager a bet that something similar happened here. Last night things got really windy and cold. Kyle and I are shivering and the plants are already beginning to turn. I'm not sure what's happening with the climate. The animals seem to be reacting to the changes as well. Here's some sounds from the night. There was also another noise I heard from something bellowing in the treetops. Never heard anything quite like it before. Tomorrow I'll investigate alone since my compadre isn't keen on being outdoors for a long time. I'm trying to convince him he's missing out on cool stuff. Winky face. Well, after a long while, I managed to find it. Seems like a lot of this adventure is I hear a weird sound, I investigate, I find a weird animal, repeat. Honestly, I'm loving it. Check this out. Giant gecko. He's massive. What's that one monitor lizard? Right, Komodo dragon sized. Oh, he's coming down, and he's down. He seems pretty keen to get closer to me, so I think I best be headed in the opposite direction now. I bet you he's slower than me, so I'll be fine. Maybe it's best Kyle don't show up, even though this animal is outstanding. It's lost interest. Lucky for me, I suppose. I know if it's anything like monitor lizards, it was going to try eating me. Still, an incredible animal though. I don't understand the fuss anyway. People should be thanking the Lord for adding some damn flavor to the world. My head suddenly hurts something nasty. I think it's those wormholes again. I could see some big flashing lights nearby. That ball lightning stuff again. Those things make my head spin, literally. Hang on, something is materializing out of it. I don't know if this is even real. Do y'all see anything here even? My head is still in a fritz, but I swear something is right there. I feel like I might hurl. And it's difficult to really see all too much, especially faraway objects. Well, it went completely invisible. Yes, invisible. And then walked up to a tree and plucked a squirrel right off the branches. It was one hell of a gruesome kill. The poor thing got shredded to mincemeat by some kind of spiky tongue appendage. And yes, I did run away from it. Another curious thing was it appeared to have wing-like flaps on its side with glowing lemon-sized organs on each of the fingers. I wasn't sure what was going on with this guy's anatomy. Very strange. Here's a little image of that before it completely vanished. It seems some sort of slow and disoriented flashing in and out of being visible. I'm not going back for another peek though. I don't know what to expect from it. Oh my god, it's one of those elder things looking creatures from part 2. Oh my god, soy face. Oh, also the weird bugger was leaching out some sort of clear bluish liquid out of some sort of cut on one of the legs. Blue blood is seen in invertebrates, cephalopods, and horseshoe crabs, or a couple examples I'm aware of. This must be a kind of backboneless animal. Oh man, sorry I haven't been active for a few days or weeks. Gee, I don't know, each day melts into the next for us. Kyle and I had a bit of a small disagreement. Needless to say, the lad ended up killing an extinct animal for food. It was a beautiful creature, but he had to eat. It never really came to me before, but extinction is not only the loss of a species, but a point of view. A unique, never-to-be-repeated perspective. This world will never feel their weight, will never hear their sounds, ever again. Poor thing. Their feathers shine like jewels. I don't know. Maybe it's all hokey. That's what he told me anyway. Shoot, do we know how many animals we've erased forever? And if they had souls in them with thoughts and feelings, what does that make us? I don't know. I think for now I'll just stick to local fruit and nuts. We've established something of a little abode inside my van. Think of it like a bunker. And yeah, we weren't going crazy. It really is getting a heck of a lot cooler out here. The plants are beginning to turn. See? Some white-tailed deer came by and they seem to be more shook up than usual about something. We reckon it's that cloud-crashing dragon bird thing and the other unique fauna. Anyways, check out how close this girl came to me. Some more eye candy for you folks. Gal took this nice photo here. Boy, am I glad I brought extra layers. Everywhere I go, because the cold is really beginning to seep its way in, I wonder why. It's getting cold till suddenly, I suspect it's related to all the other weirdness running amok. Stumbled across something, very nasty smell led me here. I have a bad feeling about what's inside this. Oh my god. Look. I'm not getting anything from 911. Kyle agreed to help me, I hate to say, search the body, but that's what we're going to try to do here. I'm so confused as to what happened, why this machine is here. There's a logo I swear I've seen before on the side of the deer. Look. Really, it's quite bewildering. Who was this guy? What was his deal all the way out here? I wonder if maybe this was related to the building I saw a while ago, with all the bizarro lights? Kyle found a bit of info. Apparently the guy's name was Chuck, and he works for WeHo. We still don't know what he's doing here, though your guess is as good as mine, folks. Also, when Kyle smashed the glass open, we were greeted with the most hellish thing you could imagine. Like, holy god, that almost made me hurl up lunch. I'm beginning to think it wasn't worth it. This smell might attract a bear or one of the stranger animals. We're leaving this place and going back. I don't think it was worth it at all. Another poor soul we spotted on the way back. I think back to what I said about extinction. I recognize this one. There's someone from the Paleozoic era. Such a sad thing. A second death. Old Kyle did seem to feel a bit bad for killing the small, shimmering bird-like animal from earlier. He apologized. His heart is in the right place, I'll tell you that. This experience has really opened my eyes to the plight of our animals. We are all equal in our capacity to suffer. On a lighter tune, to get our minds off that, take a gander at these photos I took of that thylacine. These weren't taken recent. Grabbed these a few weeks ago, forgot to post them. She was scent masking, I think, or just having a grand old time. I think I'll call her Belle. Come to think of it, I haven't been seeing her around in the past couple days. I'm sure she's okay. She's a nimble little thing. Sneaky. I feel silly for not posting this earlier either, but I saw this fellow around the same time I last saw Belle. I'm sure despite all the new dangers, this grizzly's holding their own just fine. Man, I love bears so darn much, I just hope this world isn't poisoned by the newcomers. Kyle, like Belle too, is a bit less fond of the bears. He tells me he actually was able to hand feed Belle a couple days ago. Why he didn't tell me is beyond my understanding. I guess this confirms she's doing A-okay, and also confirms my suspicions. Well, my suspicions being that she might be at least a little bit used to humans. Tamed would be the word, yeah. I have a feeling she was born in the careful palms of my fellow men. Not in some pile of grass in the middle of nowhere. Just a crack theory, though. So, on the way back, this interesting looking animal comes crawling out of a small river. He doesn't appear to have any eyes or ears. Curious little critter. Well, maybe little isn't the right word. They're massive. About the size of a crocodile. They sort of sniffed around and slithered their way in between the trees before slipping back underwater into the murk. They resemble some giant otter thing. Or maybe a massive blind yapok. Certainly unique. Well, I'm in the car now, and that picture's from a good handful of time ago. It's getting dark out. I think I'll see you tomorrow. So, while Kyle was sleeping, that dragon bird came by. I'm certain it was him because of the noises, but he was running laps around the area and hollering. It was pant-shittingly freaky, but pretty awesome also. Oh, silly me, here's the recordings of that. As for tonight, well, I was out trying to observe the flying butte. Which, yeah, yell at me, why don't ya? I know it's dumb, but damn it, I want to learn more about him. Seems he runs on the ground exceptionally fast, especially for a giant flying animal. It is a re-freaking-markable. Well, Kyle did point out to me that strange men were heading our direction coming southwards. The same direction as the weird bunker thing and the bulldozer, I think. Today I managed to record one of them while hiding in a bush. Here, have at it. Their voice modulation was loud and clear, and the feller sounded oddly lazy.
Thanks for these studies doing quite well. We're liking what we're seeing so far. I'm not sure if he's noticed, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, I'll see you at Lone Star. Okay, yeah. Lone Star Geyser. I know our maths make it hard to hear what we're saying. I wish we had better ones, but hey, I mean, it's what we got. Yeah, see ya.
Okay, I know it's supposed to be one of the WeHo guys, but he basically sounds like a morbidly obese Bane. Like just walking around like Yellowstone. Oh, more Big Macs, Batman. Oh. In retrospect, I'm really glad I gave Gene like a real Letterkenny or like Canadian Trailer Park Boys type accent because I don't know, it's just more fun. I'm just imagining in my head like the cast of Letterkenny just walking around like with the Weirdbirds universe. But anyway, let's keep going. Kyle here again. Gene's been a pretty valuable asset when it comes to staying alive. XD. Especially with those weird voice-modded freaks out there. And the frickin' wyvern thing. Jamie, if you're somehow reading this, I hope you're doing well. You'd probably love it here, you weirdo. Heart emoji. Oh, Jamie's my partner, by the way. They love nature too. Sort of like Gene, but maybe not as preachy about it, lol. Again, if you're reading this, take care of my guinea pigs for me. I know you're hella great with the pets. Thanks for that. You won't believe the stories I have for you, man. Oh, hey there, bud. Gene's back in business. That was just very mushy. Congrats on your first relationship there, Kyle. I hope it goes better than mine. Alright, I thought that tyke got to start his own fire out here. You might think it's as simple as rubbing a couple twigs together, but no, there's quite the setup required in order for success to be had. At this rate, it won't be in my car no more. Oh, I almost forgot. Here's a second recording from a different man. It was recorded earlier in the morning, too. Who is he talking about? That plane faller?
Yeah, I don't know. We haven't had too much luck running into those. What do you call them again? Oh, yeah, Shenlongsaurus. Yeah, Shenlongsaurus. No, we haven't seen any of those. We've been hearing them for sure, because, like, he's super loud, so, pretty much anywhere you are around here, you can hear that guy yelling and shrieking. Yeah, he's already taken out some of the local fauna. He killed, oh shit, what was it? Was it 2 or 3? I think it was 3. He killed 3 bears. Yeah, he took out, grizzlies. 2 grizzly, 1 black bear. I think he was going after the bison too. You know, we'll get him eventually. Just, yes, if you see him up there, give him a call. Give me a call too. But we'll send everybody. Alright, yes. Alright, bye.
Shenlongsaurus, huh? Dragon lizard. A genus name has me wondering a lot of things. How do they describe these animals? What the hell sort of clads do these beasts fall into? Killed bears, killed bison, taking down planes? He's remarkable in every single way. Huh, my phone says it's at 1 a.m., but it ain't dark out. Must have been a gremlin that messed with my phone, huh? Holy Lord! About 20 meters away, these 2 animals are going at it. They are brutal. I'll try to get a video, but it might be better if I just get the hell out of here. Take off, hoser. I had to get up on out of there. Things got way too ugly for my ass to stick around for much longer. I gotta go tell Kyle what just happened and that he might want to stay in the van. That green animal kept slinging their claw-like beak to try and grapple the dragon, but every time he missed, the dragon kept trying to intimidate. He has these bright dewlaps on the top and bottom sides of his head. It was a sight to behold. The last thing I witnessed was the hawk dragon slashing at the other one's hide with his beak, teeth, and talons. And the cries let out by both were just beautifully terrible. I think the green animal was in the process of retreating as I ran away. I hope both are okay. Kyle told me he saw the same animal of what I assumed to be that Shenlongsaurus a bit earlier than I did. He airdropped me some photos he took of the animal near further east. It seems like they're out of control. He's on a killing spree. Is this surplus killing or something else? Well, there's no doubt in my mind it's the exact same individual. In this land, all of it, he now controls. Every inch of this space is his home, and no neighbor appears to be tolerated. Not even herbivores. This elk was quickly torn to ribbons after a short chase, according to Kyle. Hey, it's Kyle again. We're back in the van. Sure as shit not leaving it. I actually almost died out here twice. I wish I could just call my people right now. Everyone probably thinks I died already from that crash. I mean, obviously I nearly died then, but it just happened again. Right after that wyvern or Shenlongosaurus or whatever it's called killed that deer, they started to toss its body around. If that wasn't creepy enough, it turned to look at me. Then it started to approach me before a distant animal sound distracted it, letting me get away. Alright, we've sort of chilled out a bit more. Gene seems pretty intrigued. He keeps asking me all sorts of questions about the animal. Nerdy stuff I couldn't possibly know. Oh, JJ, I wish you were here. LOL. I know, I already said it, but man, you get a kick out of this. Right now we're talking about this. A giant bug wing I found. Gene's convinced this is something from hundreds of millions of years ago. I guess I'll just take his word for it. You'd understand what he's talking about. Oh, hey there, Gene here. I just asked for his parents' number so he could drop a line or call them. Same with his partner. I don't know how long it'll be, but it's nice to feel like stuff matters again. Even if it doesn't relate to me, that warmth he feels is contagious. Gosh, I miss love. Well, my parents didn't answer, but Jamie did. Oh, this is Kyle, by the way. I'm pretty worried about my parents, but Jamie assures me that they're probably alright. I mean, my dad's a lawyer, my mom's a cop, so I'm sure they're handling themselves. XD. Also, Jamie is going to meet us here. I really tried to convince them not to come here, but once they've decided they're doing something, good luck convincing them otherwise. If you're in the area and you spot a rusty car with a driver who's got short black hair and blue earrings, lead them to the Lone Star Geyser. Their roommate will be looking after the hogs, the guinea pigs, and their tarantula, by the way, so that's good too. Gene will help get us all out of this mess. That dude could probably beat up a moose unscathed. He's what you'd call a unit. I tried convincing Gene to use his van to meet halfway, but he insisted it isn't the right time yet, or something. In the meantime, we'll be alright. Gene's got my gun to take out any of those monsters should they try to hurt any of us. Jamie, good luck getting to us. I love you. Oh, hey there, Gene again. Yeah, it's not the right time because I need to make sure we have the thylacine safe and sound before we leave anywhere. And also, just for y'all's information, these creatures, as scary as they are, aren't monsters. Just a bunch of confused little souls like us. See, I'm getting the vibe that Gene's gonna do some real, like, scummy stuff, like, in order to try and save one of the, the prehistoric monsters. He's gonna put one of the creatures above the life of, like, someone like Kyle or something. I feel like he's gonna do something scummy like that, I feel like. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's just the vibe I'm getting, is he really cares about these animals and stuff, which is cute at first, but then I feel like he's gonna go crazy and, like, take it a step too far. I don't know. That's just the vibe I'm getting. Maybe I'm wrong. I was wrong before, so. Alright, as an update, there wasn't a whole lot of new activity yesterday night. We did end up hearing one new sound, though. Not sure if it was a machine or animal, though. It was like clacking against trees and then a broken up call. And here it is. It had Kyle rightly scared. Personally, I found it pretty cool. Well, more far noises from last night at a different time. These are probably the Shenlong saurs and that thing you'll call a slingbeak. Those thundering wing beats and the loud clacking are the same sounds I heard when I watched the two fighting. It seems they're still not settled. Oh, and something else to note. It started snowing briefly last night and it all melted away overnight and created a ton of fog, but still, I find it mighty strange that it came down at all. Something else that's mighty strange is we saw that floating armored fella again, watching us. See? The guy stood up there for about an hour, not doing anything, and then Kyle saw him turn around and walk/float off, vanishing into the darkness. Again, he made no sound, and what do you all think his deal is? Ha! None of you are any help. We think they're related to those other folks out there, the ones who were also wearing suits. They're chatterboxes, though, and aren't fucking floating around and walking through stuff. So, maybe not all too similar. Just an idea, though. Last night the fog made it a bear to see these clearly. It was more of those strange pulsating lights, and they appeared again. Not sure why they're different colors in pictures than they are in person, but these remind me of high altitude lighting stuff like red sprites. The lights, we believe, absolutely have everything to do with all these strange new fauna. Kyle and I believe that they're like portals, ruptures in time, and I mean it's obvious. Look at these animals. They have to be from different time periods, prehistoric or otherwise. We'll be thinking about it for the rest of the day. Honestly, it's been somewhat uneventful today, which is refreshing, I can't lie. Even me, a beast of a man, needs to rest. Oh, hey there, bud. Gene here. Sorry for the gap. Kyle and I have seen plenty of new and, in my opinion, amazing things. The weather is growing much cooler than it had before. We have seen some less cool things as well, though. That big old brown bear I saw a bit ago has made their way closer to my car. As things get colder, I do get a bit high-strung since bears eat more before winter. I don't know about these new animals, but I do know bears and the sheer terror they have brought into my own species for millennia. Well, additionally, we haven't been hearing from Jamie, Kyle's partner. We have tried calling them several times daily and haven't been getting anything in return. I myself worry for Belle. Haven't seen much of her either. I idiotically neglected to carry along some trusty bear mace, which may come in handy soon. You know that feeling though, the feeling when at the surface all seems right but you know that something's happening? Something very awful? Well, outside things have gotten entirely desolate. That really homely sort of woods I long for has been replaced by shades of brown and gray that I've grown far too familiar with back in the city. That being said, there's still something here to value and revere, even if it's eerie. The frequency of anomalous animals appearing has increased. Kyle captured these outstanding pictures here of a beast I cannot fathom. And where it came from? Can anyone enlighten me? You know, if you are familiar with this gigantic animal? This is where they came from. When I showed up to the area, the same body of water where Kyle crashed, I couldn't find that huge beauty, but I did encounter that really sizable possum-like animal and nabbed a couple images of her surfacing. She looks blind, but she produced loud clicks. Echolocation. She seemed to make fast work of a few of the local fish. When her mouth opened, the sides of her lower jaw bowed out to the side. Because I doubt anyone has seen this animal before, I'll call them a bow-mouthed possum. So far, she's been harmless to us. Also, thanks for informing me of the Spinosaurus, the spine lizard, I assume. A fitting name. I hope I'll see him in person, but as y'all say, from a good ways away. Man, I've seen so much these past couple days, it almost feels like I'm back on safari. Just less safe. The lake I showed off is starting to freeze too, and on the far side from where I was stood this beauty. Seems to be the same species I had a nasty run-in with earlier. Oh, stupid me, here's the picture. She didn't seem to care about me. They looked more interested in their babies who emerged from the bushes on the hill. The chicks were a dark color and almost black. I watched as their mothers split up their horseplay and escorted their brood away. There were others too, a second full-grown one, somewhere between brown and fully white. This fella seemed to belong to someone since, well, it looks like he's missing a wing. And it's placed in gauze and bandages. Is he supposed to be somewhere in captivity? Wait a damn minute. I think the color changes are related to the seasons. I know there are ptarmigans who do the same thing. It's something super stinking awesome that happens. Or maybe it's ontogenetic. Like how bald eagles change head color as they age, from brown to mottled to pure white. And also their eye colors were different, and maybe that's a growth thing as well. Parrot eye color changes the bird ages. Well, whatever the case, I like ye. I was wondering what's keeping them so mild-mannered, but then I remembered I'm in bear and Shinlongsaurus country. Heading back from the water source, I encountered another animal. I think it was a sight that, like everything else in this trip, has reset my standard of reality. Here, a gigantumongous mass of dark shapes with two big, eyes? I couldn't tell you what this is. Honestly, it looked like some sort of gigantic, writhing octopus or something. At least from the distance I was at, I should have brought the binoculars for this one, folks. I'm stumped. Kyle looked at it and said, "Oh great, new Udra." When I asked him what the hell that means, he said I wouldn't get it. Guess I'm not the only weirdo in this car after all, because I don't know what a new Udra is. Oh, it's snowing again. The weather is weird because it starts snowing and then spontaneously warms up and the snow melts. It's as if the weather can't decide what it wants to wear. This morning everything was powdered in about a half an inch of snow, and now it's all gone. I'm going to take another look around. The snow clings to some areas better than others, but maybe we'll find tracks since, well, Jamie should be here by now. The snow ain't going sideways and it's confusingly still bright. The flakes are all meandering calmly down in all directions. What the hell happened here? This is the same dozer Kyle and I stumbled upon about a week ago if I had to guess. But why is it being so neatly disassembled? I suppose a better question is, what happened to the man inside, his corpse? Okay. There's tracks and shoe prints here, but they're obviously not big enough to be Jamie's car. Alongside them are paws, and not dog paws. Wait, could it be Belle? Look, if you're trying to make Belle the new Mikey, it's just not gonna work, okay? It's not gonna work. You know, but at least you're trying, okay? You're trying. But try all you might. No one will replace my goat. Rest in power, Mikey. But you know what? Belle's a cutie patootie, so I'll let it slide. I say that now, but the next scene is gonna be like Belle deboning like 80 Mikeys. Like she just picks it up, sticks it down her mouth, and pulls out a skeleton. It's like, just oh, you like Mikey? Oh, it just like rips like Mikey's head off. Like, oh my god, dude, it's so. I need to go to bed. I need to go to bed. Oh, she found me. Hoo-hoo. I'm so stupid happy she was able to brave all the other wildlife, the weather, and any potential asshole humans. Oh, it's so nice to see her again. She's just as gorgeous as the last time I saw her. Very, very pretty. She seems, well, a whole heck of a lot more trusting towards me. Oh, what a precious little goofy gal. Super striped friend. I'm so glad you're not extinct. Belle and I still have some tracks to follow, though. She's actually being very friendly and sticking close to me, which is nice, but also a bit confusing. I did, however, just get to do the unthinkable. I got to pet a thylacine. Well, we've been walking for a bit now and still no sign of anything notable. We'll probably turn ourselves around soon before it gets dark. So we found something, a real big pile of ash, and I assume it's still warm. Something big or a lot of things were incinerated here. It's a puzzle. I don't know exactly what was scorched here, but Belle seems to like it. That or she's scent masking. Judging by the fact this pile is still warm, though, we should leave now. I'm kind of freaked out about it, to be honest with y'all. Well, heading back now. Guys, we ran into a problem. Obviously, this isn't my car, but it matches the description of Jamie's car. Jamie isn't here, though, so I pray to God that they're able to either find their way out of here to civilization, or that they find me, or especially Kyle. The glass is shattered on all sides, and the door is either pushed or pulled out forcibly. I'm happy there's no blood, but this makes me feel ill. Do I even want to tell Kyle? We gotta run now. The sun's going down, and after spotting this, I'm not taking any chances of hanging around. Okay, it's been about a day, and the way back to the van was scary, but not really eventful. As opposed to today was quite flavorful, one might say. Saw a lot. Well, last night, Belle and I saw a couple different suited men, both of which I've seen before. The feller with the green eyes did not seem to see us, but he was speaking to someone else on a call. I think they were searching for Belle as he made mention of a thylacine. Here's that guy. The other person absolutely saw me. In fact, this is the same dude who seems to be keeping a close eye on me and Kyle since forever ago. He is, of course, walking through objects like trees, rocks, the ground, and he can walk through it all. Freaky, right? Seems pretty darn tall, too. We saw another really cool little bird, too. This one seemed familiar. I named them Rebecca, but tragically, I saw a new friend. Belle saw calories. What did I say? What did I say? That's one of Mikey's species, isn't it? It's got it. I know it is. I know it is. I know it is. I know it is. Just. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm cool. I'm cool. I'm cool. I'm cool. Belle had no interest in sharing either. That fat bitch. Well, something else I noticed is Belle was fully aware of the men in the forest, but she was not even the slightest bit wishy-washy over them. She would look in their direction and then keep trotting along, so maybe these costume folk aren't a threat. Something Kyle doesn't buy. Well, Kyle was happy to see Belle as well, but I told him about Jamie's car and he confirmed that it really was their car. He and I are both very worried for their safety. These woods appear to be hungrier than they have ever been. Yellowstone hasn't been this dangerous in millennia. We've been in and out of the van all day now, searching for any signs of Jamie. And well, because the snow melted, I didn't find any tracks in the wreck. I feel something awful for not checking earlier. Oh, one more or less important thing from last night. This creature, they weren't very big, at least I don't think they were big. They were buried in the snow with only their eyes peeking out. I had a feeling bothering them would end badly, so Belle and I left them fully alone. I'll see if I can find them again. My suspicions that they were waiting for prey to appear. You know, an ambush predator. The picture is haunting. by the way. That is haunting. Dude, that would be like, in like 2010, if this was attached to like a creepypasta, it'd go viral. Guaranteed. It would be a viral image. Anyways, I'm going to be honest, folks. As worried as I am about Jamie, I just can't understand how fantastic it has been to just bear witness to God's glory out here. These creatures, these beings seemingly unseen by mankind up until now, they all are just so stunning. Kyle is unfortunately less happy, and I wish he'd cheer up a bit, but I guess I can't relate to him. He's got a partner he cares a hell of a lot for after all, and I don't. It's honestly fair enough that he's so worried. I'll keep being a happy camper, though. Jamie might not even be dead. Okay, dude, Gene is like such a dick. Okay? Like the juxtaposition between how I thought of him when this part 3 first started versus now, insane. This dude is a dick, okay? I don't care what anyone says. This dude is a monster. Well, back to the beauty now. Observe. I saw what I thought at first to be maybe some sort of pronghorn, but no. Another look says, nah, think otherwise, as the pattern-sized horns and skull are quite different. They were absolutely the embodiment of regal. Oh, didn't get too close to him, though. I didn't want to scare him, but just look at him. Munch it away. So cool. Also, listen to this. Does it sound familiar? I remember this strange noise from a few nights ago. Do you? Those long, really awesome and drawn-out spooky repeating calls. Whatever that was back. And the culprit surprised me. Check it out. It was this towering fella. You know, the one I thought was an octopus? Nope, it's some giant feathery beauty. Very goth. I suppose there's more than one of them, and get this, I was able to get shockingly close. Long, fuzzy neck, big poofy head, very tall, and 3 enormous claws adorning each robust arm. And a big poofy tail and butt to boot. They had such a mild temper, and that facial plumage might be a false eye. It worked on me. Oh, he wasn't the only bird-like thing I saw earlier today. No, far from it. Another squawking creature that sounded sorta like a pelican. Was this marvelous guy a pterodactyl-looking animal? Beautiful, right? Again, I'm so sorry, Kyle. And goodness knows how many others are neglecting just how lucky we are all to see these living creatures that walked millions of years before. And maybe even after us. My standard of reality has been forever changed, as I said. I say, for the better. Kyle here. Gene worries me a bit. Today these beautiful animals nearly took my head off, as I was literally being chased by the giant dragon hawk thing several times. My everything is at risk, and that monster that's been hunting me, I feel as if it's already begun to eat me. He can't see that Jamie is obviously more important to me than some stupid murder birds. Those things will not treat him or I as if we were princesses, and my Jamie is out there. I'm so frustrated right now, my God, and he keeps downplaying everything. Oh, hey there, Gene's back. Kyle's being understandably scared, but what he can't see is how miraculous this all is. What's happening now is bigger than you, him, me, bigger than the whole humanity itself. He'll come to his senses, I'm sure. And again, Jamie is probably out there. Poor kids. I asked for proof that he really was attacked earlier today, and yeah, no kidding. He says it took off at him earlier today, and he was able to crawl between trees and get away. I don't forget that these animals can kill me, but I still appreciate them for their intrinsic value. He told me to take a hike. Luckily, this is a beautiful place to do just that. I hope he lets me back in soon. I should probably apologize. I guess first your buddy Gene's got some exploring to do. I hope to encounter more things, honestly. So long as I don't die a painful death, of course. Hort. Oh, wow, take a look at that. I'm just pulling your leg, lol. They're just a little monk. They'll try to get him, but the squirt is just too swift on her little feet. Better luck next time, Tiger. So the bear that was worrying me earlier, well, I seen them. Far, far in the distance, but they can move anywhere I can, and 4 times faster, too. And he's looking my way, folks. I think he's coming. I have to get back. A couple images of him through my binoculars. I'm sure he's finding a path towards Belle and I. Well, the bear found me, but God was on my side today. The Shenlong Saurs noticed the bear and the 2 of them started to fight. The bear repeatedly tried to run but got blocked, and bites and slashes were exchanged. Eventually, though, the bear collapsed and was destroyed. The bear put up a good fight though. He was able to pluck a lot of feathers, but sometimes it's about the size of the dog in the fight. Poor guy, obviously I'm not there anymore. I'd say that fight took about 40-ish minutes if I had to wager a guess. It was astonishing to watch. On a different note, on my way back, Bella and I found tracks in the dirt and leaves that came from the car. Ones that the snow had previously been hiding. They had to be Jamie's, so we continued to follow them into the night, which in hindsight was not a good plan, but, well, the tracks eventually multiplied. Huge lizard tracks accompanied the frenzied footsteps and led us to this scene here. I gotta warn you folks, it's gruesome. They had crushed bones, limbs ripped clean off, and skin and muscle ripped into a pulpy mess. Poor kid probably didn't have a peaceful death. I assume this to be Jamie, or whatever is left of Jamie. I hate to admit it, but oh my god, Gene, don't say it. There was something fascinating about it all. This was a massive gecko. They had devoured an adult human, a gecko. You have to admit that nature is terribly impressive at times, and this gecko is a prime example. I hate Gene. I hate Gene so much. I mean, I kind of figured Jamie was dead when they were missing for so long, but it should have been Jane. It should have been Jane. Maybe it's true, but like gazelles watching the lions feast on their own kin, I couldn't look away. I had to observe. I'm at the van now. Kyle is asleep, and so is Belle. I didn't tell him about Jamie. I told him about the bear. I'll keep updating y'all. Good night, folks. Look, I'm sorry for being so insensitive about it all. I still can't work up the courage to tell the kid about Jamie. I just don't know how. I don't want him to lose all faith in love, and that Bane is a horror show. I can't bring myself to tell him and spread the agony I've experienced. It's been hard, and again, I am truly sorry for what I said, folks. I do still think that nothing compares to nature, though. But despite that, I realize the value of a person. I have my priorities in check. I went back and kicked all the tracks away. There's nothing left of Jamie, nothing at all. Maybe a minuscule little shred of hair. Maybe, but it looks like nothing had happened at all over there. Wait, I'll fix his worries. I did find shoes I can just make tracks, and ones that do not lead to a certain death. I'm gonna do it, and that way he can see that Jamie got away and was likely rescued. Call it messed up or whatever, but I think this is a solution to his anxiety. I'm gonna tell him I found tracks. I'll show him that it's okay. Wait, what the hell? Fellas, Bella's here. I thought they were inside the car with Kyle. What's going on? She seems scared out of her wits and constantly looking around and being flighty. Man, I'm glad I have that gun. There's an awful good chance I need it. I'm going back. I hear screaming. Time to go. I can't begin to describe the pure terror of what just happened. I could barely see what I typed through the tears. I have nobody to confide in but myself and the world I live in. The animal. Shinlongsaurus. He clawed and chewed through my van. He was going for my only friend, and I could have saved him. I could have saved Kyle. I had my finger on the goddamn trigger, but I didn't shoot. Firing shots in the air didn't work, and I could see Kyle watch as I did nothing. The look in his eyes was too much to bear. I let that animal take him and drag him straight to hell. The noises were gut-wrenching, and I have to live with that. I will live with that. I had to choose between one human being and one whole species tonight. And that's one less human, or one completely unique perspective, permanently erased from the universe. You have to understand, people, on some level, that this was so hard. Call him a monster, call me a monster. But right here, I don't see anything less than a fully thinking, feeling individual just like you or I. Choosing between one of the billions of Homo sapiens and the single representative of Shinlongsaurus, I had to do what I did. He took one look at me. I looked back at him, and then he was gone. Jamie, Kyle, I don't like their absence, but what's the weight their deaths in comparison to extinction? You have to understand, I'm right. Right? The suited men approached me in the distance, and Belle ran over to him, happily. These men, they know my name. they're telling me to be calm and that they have a job for me. And there you have it, everybody. That is Weird Birds Part 3. Now, that one was I mean, Part 1 is still my favorite of the series, but I do like the descent into madness aspect with Gene. Kyle is like, you know, obviously the side character, but he had a little bit of, you know, a screen time, I guess. But I like the descent of madness because, like, okay, so in the first two parts of Weird Birds, you kind of see more of the everyman perspective, like where you have like, oh, Archie in the first part is like just a regular guy in like Chicago is experiencing all this stuff going on in his house, and then you have the kid's perspective in part 2. So very, very relatable everyman type vibe. But this one, like, I guess Gene is kind of relatable in that way, but Gene is not like a normal person. Gene is like a very weird outcast type man. He's very, you know, self-isolating. He feels out of place in just the regular world and just the mundane nature of it. And he loves nature, and he loves it so much to the point where he's willing to put aside his own humanity and his own, you know, natural human desire for connection and social interaction. He's willing to put all of that away for the sake of nature and other species. And it was very unique to see that perspective in Weird Birds, because like this part, like, was, you know, it was different than what I expected it was going to be. I thought it would be more of, you know, part 1, just like in Yellowstone, but no, we didn't really get that. But I loved it overall. I love it. Dude, shout out to Archisuchus. Yeah, I think that's how you say it. I think I've been pronouncing it right this entire time. Shout out to them. Please go follow them on Twitter to get the whole entire story in its entirety. You get to see all of their cool little retweets and posts. And if you want to support more Weird Bird stuff, I do know that they have, like, I think a Minecraft mod he recently was, like, helping out with. And then he also sells plushies. Like, I actually saw that, like, on his Twitter, I think, one time, where it's like he has, like, the Trudon plushies, which I guess are, like, the most famous antagonists of the Weird Bird series. But yes, I really just love all the Weird Bird stuff. This is easily my favorite Twitter ARG. Easily. Like, I know there's some famous ones, like The Sun Vanished and Gregory88 and all that, like I mentioned in previous video, but this one is definitely my favorite one. It's just the most fun to me. I feel like there's the most going for it. It's just the most fun. I like this one the most easily. Not to say all the other ones are bad. I'm just saying this is the one I've had the most fun with that I've seen so far. And funny enough, once I finished reading Weird Birds, I stopped recording and I went and watched Nate at Night's rendition of Weird Birds, because I wanted to get the blind reaction, like, going into it. But I watched his video to see his rendition of it and see his thoughts on it. And I apparently got confirmation from him that there's going to be more Weird Birds. I guess Archie is planning on adding a part 4 in the mix in the future. Yes. I'm so hyped for that. Let me some Weird Birds. Let me some birds, baby. If I were to rank all of the parts so far, me personally, I would say it's, I can't, part 1 is definitely the top. I like part 1 the best. I don't know if I like part 2 or part 3 more. I think I have to put part 2 slightly above part 3, just because I like the variety of the settings in part 2 as well as the child perspective in part 2. I really like that a lot. So I would, that's how I rank it so far. Not like I like all 3 of the parts. I'm just saying that so far that is my ranking of them. If I see a part 4 sometime in the future, that ranking might change. I might change my mind later on. But it's also interesting seeing WeHo play such a big role in the Weird Birds universe, and they're very much working in the background, doing all of the big picture stuff we don't really see, and we don't really get much explanation on what happens to Gene as of yet. Like, I'm assuming he's gonna end up like the kids from part 2 and end up working with WeHo and cataloging and organizing and possibly even capturing many of the prehistoric animals that come through these wormholes. I really want to see where Archisuchus goes with this series ultimately, because I feel there's a lot of potential in, like, the universe he's set up. Like, even just in little things, like the time travel aspects, the alternate universe aspects, the, like, with, like, the Twin Towers being back, like, just so many little details like that where I was like, this can be touched upon so much where it transforms the story in such huge ways without even thinking about it. I just love it. I really want to see where Arcasuchus goes with this series, because even down with the little details, like with the alternate universe aspects, the time traveling, and like even little details like with the Twin Towers still being around, there's just so much you can do with that. I really want to see where he goes with this. Ultimately, I don't know if he has a plan, like a bigger, large end game level plan, but I don't know. He's probably just making it up as he goes, which I don't blame him. I do the same thing. As always, go show the original creator some love and be sure to tell him Willie sent you, alright? Mwah. And to those of you who watched the video to the end, as always, thank you so much for your support. It means the world to me. And just in case I don't see you again, stay safe and have a good one. Goodbye. You know, I was always more of a shark guy than I was a dinosaur guy. You know, even prehistoric ones like Megalodon, you know, there's a lot of them, you know, but my favorite shark is still a mako shark. Okay, I like makos. And hammerhead sharks. I like them. I like those little guys. You know, I grew up with them. You know, great white's overrated. They're cool and all, but, you know. Makos are apparently the smartest sharks, apparently. I mean, it doesn't help that my first tattoo was a shark. I got that when I just turned 18, so I just kind of went for it. And it looked terrible when I first got it, too. I had to get that redone. But anyway, yeah. Go watch something else. Go watch another video.